the world of British drug trafficking, they called it county lines. But what this gang built was something far closer to a cartel. 13 separate drug lines, more than 1,400 customer contacts, and tens of thousands of messages flowed through their network, pumping heroin and crack cocaine across the East Midlands and as far north as Aberdeen. It was a criminal machine disguised as a business empire, fueled by intimidation, polished with designer fashion and drill rap, and held together by fear. The luxury cars and champagne were just a veil. Behind them was a system that turned addiction into revenue and young lives into expendable assets. Before we begin, this is Crime Cipher, your window into the hidden world of underground networks, dark economies, and organized crime. If you're new here, make sure you like the video, subscribe to Crime Cipher, and ring the bell so you never miss one of our deep dive investigations. Now, let's get into the story. What started as a small operation in Nottingham's shadows soon mutated into something far more powerful. At its core were Jeffet Ficula and C4 Cube, two men who merged street dealing with digital strategy. They weren't anonymous thugs. They were image makers, self-styled influencers, and ruthless operators. In their world, violence became management. Marketing was built on loyalty, and every drug line was a revenue stream waiting to be scaled. Ficula, only 29, rose to the top with precision and cold calculation. Police described him as commanding, strategic, and utterly unflinching. He wasn't satisfied with chaos. He wanted structure. His empire ran on spreadsheets, ledgers, and carefully planned logistics. His ambition stretched across counties, a vision to dominate the entire East Midlands. Beside him stood Cube, flashy where Ficula was quiet, always online, always showing off. Gold watches, luxury cars, designer tracksuits, and Instagram videos filled with bravado created his persona. Beneath the filters, though, was a businessman counting profits and planning expansion. Officers would later find a handwritten target in his notes, pound 20,000 a week. To Cube, this wasn't crime. It was enterprise. With growth came recruitment, fast, targeted, and merciless. Teenagers barely 16 were drafted as couriers. Vulnerable addicts were coerced into distribution, promised small rewards, but trapped by debt and fear. One 16-year-old boy living under the control of gang member Ramon Campbell was forced to ferry drugs daily, treated as a disposable tool. These weren't isolated horrors. They were built into the system itself. Every recruit was a cog. Every cog served the machine. As the network expanded, its structure solidified. Line holders managed orders and customer messaging. Runners transported drugs across counties. Quartermasters stored supply and oversaw logistics. Figures like Samuel Grant, Terrell Patterson, and God-praised Bowen evolved into administrators of the trade. They kept the operation running like a round-the-clock business. Stock in, cash out, no delays tolerated. Mistakes were met with threats or worse. Efficiency was enforced by fear. By 2023, the gang's reach had become staggering. Each of their 13 dedicated mobile numbers acted as its own drug line, branded, managed, and used for marketing. These phones blasted promotional texts by the thousands. Best gear in town. 2 for 1 tonight. Investigators later uncovered over 33,000 messages. Through those phones, the gang maintained digital contact with more than 1,400 active users, creating an invisible marketplace spanning towns and counties. Every text was a promise. Every reply a transaction. This was business strategy hijacked for misery. Scarcity, urgency, reliability. The formulas of commerce repurposed for addiction. The result was loyalty from users, endless profit for the gang, and communities quietly suffocating under their influence. From Hucknall to Grantham, Ripley to Corby, the lines spread like veins through a body, each one pumping destruction into the towns it touched. Their sophistication ran even deeper. In makeshift drug houses, cocaine was mixed with paracetamol and caffeine to stretch profit and boost volume. Bay Reed, just 25, handled up to 2 kilograms of cutting agents at a time, transforming pure cocaine into powder worth tens of thousands. Every batch was processed, labeled, logged, and moved. It was a hidden production line, precise, organized, and deadly. Fear held everything in place. When control slipped, violence followed. Ficula acted as the enforcer, and a loaded firearm found in his home confirmed what police suspected. That force sat just behind the spreadsheets. Campbell exploited children deliberately, knowing the danger. And Cube transformed social media into a weapon of intimidation. His music videos, dripping in luxury, cash, and veiled threats, glamorized the lifestyle while warning rivals. Image became a tool of control. For a while it worked. Locals whispered about the Nottingham line, a phrase heavy with fear. But the gang had grown too large, too loud, too confident. Officers across counties began noticing identical text templates, repeated keyword patterns, and familiar phrases. Operation Reacher connected the dots. Phone seizures, intercepted messages, car logs, and surveillance gradually revealed the scale. The gang kept operating anyway. Cube posting champagne photos while on bail. Others restarting lines days after arrests. They mistook attention for invincibility. When police moved, they moved all at once. In a series of coordinated dawn raids across Nottingham, Derby, Leicester, and even Aberdeen, officers smashed through doors, seized glowing phones, and collected cutting agents, ammunition, and handwritten ledgers that looked more like corporate paperwork than evidence of crime. One entry read, "Increase weekly turnover. Maintain supply. Recruit new line holder." The glamour dissolved under fluorescent lights. What shocked investigators most wasn't the drugs or money, but the human evidence. Children's clothes in gang houses. Notes guiding teenagers on where to deliver packages. Proof of exploitation running through the entire operation. These men didn't just poison communities, they occupied them. By the end, 12 men were arrested. Every seized phone fed the growing picture. Every message linked command to action. Their network had grown so broad that its own complexity betrayed it. On June 5, 2025, at Nottingham Crown Court, the final chapter unfolded. Jeffet Ficula received 21 years for conspiracy to supply Class A drugs and firearms offenses. C4 Cube received 15 years. His online bravado used as evidence of leadership and disregard for the law. Ramon Campbell received 14 years for drug trafficking and exploiting a 16-year-old. Others, including Camel Manto, Samuel Grant, Terrell Patterson, God Praise Bowen, and the youngest, Luan Fogo, were handed sentences ranging from 6 to 10 years. And just like that, the empire collapsed, the cars impounded, the phone silent, the lines gone. But the story doesn't wrap up neatly. Because in the world of county lines, the players change, the music evolves, and the branding shifts, but the destruction stays the same. This case has been brought to you by Crime Cipher, where we uncover the hidden machinery of organized crime on Britain's streets. If you found this investigation powerful, make sure to like the video, subscribe to Crime Cipher, and ring the bell so you never miss our next deep dive into the dark economies shaping the world around us.